to kind of in our episodes as we evolve here on the Comeback Cast is tie a little bit to the articles that we write, and I say we because our articles are collaborative. Uh, I will say for my own personal self, I like writing them. I like getting ideas from my friends and the people that participate in Comeback Cast. So if any of you who are listening have ideas, please share them with us. Share in the comments, share on our Substack. So our articles go on to Substack. That's something I learned. Our theme with Comeback Cast is coming through adversity or whatever it might be and learning new things. Substack was new to me, and Bill taught me that. So we write the articles. I will say I feel a little bit nervous when I write things and I have to send them to my partner, Bill, who's a four-time book author, but he's been very gracious with my writing and has improved them all. So we're going to
You,
talk about, go ahead.
Burke, you guys are both very, very good writers. So don't cut yourself short. So.
Well, we're going to talk about one of our recent articles, which was titled The Jelly of the Month Club. So those of you in our age range, that should instantly mean something. I think Brian and Bill would attest that I'm sort of the movie guy of our group. When we grew up, there was no internet, there was no Instagram, there was no cell phone. You had a TV. We had an article about the four channels, but we had movies, and movies are a big influence on my life. So, what is the Jelly of the Month Club? That ties back to Christmas and one of my favorite Christmas movies, which is Christmas Vacation. So which came out, by the way, in 1989. So I looked that up and I'm like, oh boy, that's a long time ago. So my significant other and I, Tara, we were watching that movie. It started about, the Christmas movie started about 2 weeks ago, at least as far as I was watching. So we were watching Christmas Vacation, and if there's anybody that epitomizes the hero's journey, and Bill talked about the hero's journey in one of our earlier episodes, it's Clark Griswold. Every vacation movie is centered around Clark and Clark's hero's journey. And he goes through, he always has a goal. The goal in Christmas Vacation is to give the perfect family Christmas to his children, his wife, his in-laws, and of course, cousin Eddie, who shows up and is, I suppose, the protagonist or the antagonist in the hero's journey for Clark. But Clark, but one of the things about that movie that I do like, and Tara made the comment to me toward the end, is as Clark is going through his arc of the hero's journey in that movie, towards the end, and through kind of resonating throughout, you do get a glimpse, unlike some other movies, of what is Clark's job. So Clark works in corporate America. Brian Doyle Murray is his boss. That's Bill Murray's brother. And throughout the movie, Clark, in his quest, in his hero's journey to give the perfect family Christmas, he wanted to give the big surprise, which was he was going to put in a pool in the back of his yard and have the whole family back. And he was going to use his Christmas bonus to pay for the pool. And so that's sort of laced in between all of the rest of his arc of his perfect Christmas quest. And we get towards the end, and the bonus comes, and the family is surrounded with Clark, and he's going to open the bonus. And he tells him, with this bonus, I'm going to put in a pool. And everybody's joyous. And he opens the envelope, and it's not a check. It's a membership in the Jelly of the Month Club. Which, again, the hero's journey for Clark. It just ties perfectly. And of course, he's devastated, and the movie proceeds from there. But what Tara's point to me, and she's also in corporate America, was, isn't that a perfect sort of picture of what we all face in our roles and the adversity that we didn't see coming as part of our hero's journey? And again, the theme of our Comeback Cast. I think everybody can relate to that. I certainly can. Bill, I'm going to pass to you. You're well versed in the hero's journey. Both of you really are. Brian, you taught me the hero's journey, I don't know, 3 years ago, when we started talking about it in our former life together. What are your thoughts there, Bill? And where do you see that in terms of our journeys?
Yeah, I honestly think it's it resonates with so many people in so many different ways. And I think especially those of us who are in the corporate world, where oftentimes, companies are letting staff go at Thanksgiving, Christmas in order to make their numbers for the year. And I actually had a little bit of a Christmas, or a Jelly of the Month episode as well, in early in my career, where I thought I was going to be just raking it in because the business that I was actually managing had record results and things like that. And of course, I ended up getting about a 50th of what I thought I was going to get. And, and you get through it and think I hadn't bought or prepaid for a pool or anything like that. This is when I lived in Europe. So, but yeah, it's hugely disappointing. And I liked it in the movie how it ended up resolving everybody. You had the neighbors were the antagonists, the families were kind of the in-laws were antagonists. You had Cousin Eddie, who was kind of an antagonist, and then finally the boss. And but everybody also, all the antagonists kind of made their arc too, which is what makes a good movie, and especially a comedy like that. But absolutely, when you sent me the draft, I was like, oh, I know this feeling so well.
Well, and I've got a question for you both, and I'll go to you, Brian. You've got younger children. My children are in their 20s, so they're kind of past that time. Brian, you've got a teenager. Has he watched that movie with you? And how has that been laced into your family? What happens there?
That will be one that we have to see when the boys are home. When my son Clayton is home from college, he was introduced actually at the fraternity house to Animal House, which is another one we can chat about at some other point.
Yeah.
But these movies, of course, bring you into the whole genre of family vacation. And I also think Saturday Night Live, which is all the forbidden shows that could never make TV today.
Yeah.
So we will be watching probably as we head into the Christmas holiday season when they're home from school.
Yep.
But how about your boys, Bill? Have they seen Christmas Vacation?
My middle son literally has every word of that movie memorized. So, including the Pledge of Allegiance, Forgiving Grace, and all that kind of stuff. It's hilarious to watch him with it because he's literally, as the movie's going on, he's repeating it. And yeah, I mean, it's just such a classic for so
That's
many
what my
reasons.
wife hates about that. But all men, I think that's what they can be terrible movies the first time you watch it. But as soon as somebody acts like your son and they start,
Yeah,
then that's one that you end up watching 15 times drinking beer.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark. The Jelly of the Month Club. So it just, to me, very, very resonant. And I think Tara, again, who sort of is peripheral to the Comeback cast, but has been here on this journey with us, immediately it kind of clicked to us for corporate America and the things we have to overcome in our own heroes' journeys. But also,
may I add a little story there related?
Yes, please.
So hero's journey, opening the envelope, Comeback cast. In today's genre, right? Even getting an envelope doesn't really happen. You don't even get, Christmas cards anymore, those kinds of things. But what I think really is and I also think jelly beans when I think of Jelly of the Month Club. And the reason for that is I like the good old fashioned 4 flavor or 5 flavor jelly beans, right?
Yeah.
But in today's world, nobody gives you those jelly beans anymore. They give you all these other flavors, a gazillion. You never know what the hell you're getting, excuse my language, by pulling out what you think is going to be a certain flavor. And it ends up being some disgusting thing like guava jalapeno something. And that's what I call, so that's what's in my head with Jelly of the Month, when that invitation from HR comes and they're going to downsize.
Yeah.
And this is truly the time of the year, not only Jelly of the Month, where you still get to keep your job, but Jelly of the Month in the fact that here's this invitation that you didn't even think about that is now, oh my. And we have so many people now related to AI and all these other things where, you know, many of the corporate entities out there are cutting people because why? Well, you find out they're cutting people so they can buy AI chips. It's not even, hey, the AI is going to do your job. They're hoping that will happen, but they need the money to be able to buy this new infrastructure that's coming forward. So Jelly of the Month is very appropriate because oftentimes the Jelly of the Month, you don't control what's coming, right? What you're going to get is jalapeno, somebody come up with some disgusting, painful flavor.
Yeah.
And how do you recover?
Yeah, for sure. So
Well,
Burke, we're almost ready to wrap up here. What should all of us do with this Jelly of the Month message?
Well, I think we should stay positive and sort of to Cousin Eddie's point. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's not what Clark expected, but in the comeback cast, we got to make the best of what we get and be thankful for what we have. So I thank you guys for the input. I thank everybody who's following us. We're evolving and we're learning, and that's the point here. We've come through the adversity we've all come through, and we're moving forward in a positive way. So thank you all for joining us today.
One more thing, Burke, over to Bill real quick, and maybe Bill closes it unless you need to, Burke.
Nope, I don't.
But Bill, don't we have a website launching soon?
We do. Yeah, actually, we launched last week, www.comebackcast.com, where we finally got that up. We've been designing it for a couple months. You can find our blogs there. You can find the stream links to these videos, as well as interact with us, send ideas in, and things like that. So we will make sure that we continue to repeat that website address for all of you to interact with us. So yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Yeah, I'll add too that we're going to start having some guests. We have an Instagram, we have a Facebook, we have the Substack. Please send us your ideas if you'd like to join. This show is going to evolve into including other people and hearing what their hero's journey has been and how they've come back from whatever it might be. So please join us and give us your feedback, and thank you all. We're thankful for you. I'm thankful for you, Brian and Bill. And
thank you. Same. And happy first week of December tomorrow.
That's
I can't believe it. Okay.
Thanks, everyone.